I'm spending some time on construction and interior design. We have 2 trains booked, but will they show up? And we have a visit from the environmental agency. I'm Daniel and this is Ashville Weekly, episode 83. I give this man a lot of stick. Get on top of that today, irrespective of how good my hand is. Terry's here to offer a little bit of muscle. Don't show him the thicker version, there's no point. And we end up in the bush over there or something. That's a big old statement. And then we can open out all of this. David, see if you can sit there. What a guy. I need 10 more like him. I'm also going to continue with David. I will be pulling it. You just need to push it. For the director to have a larger box. It did make me chuckle though. Manual handling, eh? Monday morning, and I'm in the car, not at the yard. Just went and trained this morning, which is nice. Don't normally get to do that on a day when there's work to do. We don't have any lorries out today, but the lads are doing a lot of work in the yard. As you've seen in the past, they're lifting up the ramps that go onto the wheel wash, cleaning underneath, going along the road, cleaning any mud and debris. Then they're gonna run the sweeper up and down it, make sure it's spotless. We're loading lorries, preparing the LH60 for tomorrow because we have a train coming in first thing in the morning, and just general maintenance to make sure that we can start the week positively tomorrow. I have a number of emails and work lists to do, so I'm gonna get on top of that today. So tomorrow I'm gonna have a couple of hours in the morning to just spend some time with Terry, spend some time with the new lad Thomas, spend some time calling a few contacts, trying to get some work in. And happy to report that on Friday of last week, I didn't tell you, but we finally heard from the administrators. We received a letter telling us that our name is on the list and there's another letter which is going to follow. So moving forward positively, going to ensure that this day is used to the fullest, so there's a good start to the week. Probably have a conversation with Terry either on a Sunday afternoon, in this case on a Monday afternoon. We generally just have a chat on the phone in the evening once he's had something to eat, once he's put Cora to bed. I generally have the same chat with Ara to talk about the week that's coming, to talk about our goals, to talk about anything that could trip us up or any holes that we could fall in directly in front of us because we're looking too far ahead. If you remember a while back, I was at QPR Stadium and I was talking about taking 2 of the boxes, knocking the wall in the middle out and creating some outdoor space for the director to have a larger box. Well, the existing plans and the 2 options for proposed plans have come through. Here, we're looking at the existing plans. So the proposed work is for boxes 10 and 11 and removing this wall in the middle here. Now, having a look at the perspective, you can see this kind of replicates when we were standing outside, and I showed you a glimpse of what it looked like, and the dugouts are down here. Now let's have a look at option 1. The wall is gone centrally, and we still have the 2 entrances on both the left and the right. But what we've done here, we've made a glass screen where the previous curtain was. We looked at having sliding doors across here and then having the space to sit at the front. If you look at the terrace perspective here, along this landing is where we would put the seating, but on our plans we've got these sliding doors which are too large, so we'd remove the sliding doors and put some French doors to give more seating along this entire area. I've also said to Sam to take it back to the drawing board and close both these openings and just have one central opening. Now we think there could be something load bearing here, but we'll just have to open up the ceiling, put a lintel in there. So we have an opening here and an opening here. You can stand here and see straight out to the pitch. That's it for option 1. So option 2 is pretty much the same as option 1. However, we've taken it out slightly and we've given it a glass balustrade all the way round. Now there are still some changes we need to make on this, the same like getting rid of the 2 openings and having the central opening and putting a steel in here. I also believe we need to get rid of these sliding doors and have the French door here. Looking at the terrace perspective, again, we can create the seating area out here, but it just means that with this glass balustrade, everybody sitting in this box has complete transparency. They can see much more of the game. What's important to remember is that when we have the seat in here on both option 1 and 2, the wall will be built up to the level of the back of the bench seating, and then we would have the glass. It wouldn't be floor to ceiling glass. So I've gone back to Sam with a few changes to make. What he said that he will amend today, and he'll send back to us tomorrow, and we'll send them over to QPR for their approval or to get any of their alterations. Tuesday morning, I'm not in the yard. I've come to take a look at some lifts. We're planning on doing more maintenance in-house, so we need to start looking at equipment. So we come down to look at some second-hand gear. Unfortunately, the train didn't turn up this morning because Network Rail took possession of the land when the train was loaded on Friday, so we missed it. Hopefully we get a train tomorrow. There's a generator here because we want to test them, and we also bought a jump pack, but there's nothing operational in this yard. Now, we tried to use the hydraulic jack at the back of these, and there's no oil left in it, and the wheels all rusty at the front, so we can't even move them, so we can't test them. So I think that they may work, but what we've done is we've just made an offer. If they want to accept them, then we'll just bring them back to the yard, and we'll take our time, take them apart, and see if we can make it work. But other than that, we're not really interested. How's it going?
Say hello to you. He said I'm more famous than you.
Who's more? You are. You're definitely more famous than me.
Look, one of your fans said, I've had enough of this carry on now. I don't want to get any more of your videos. Or a pen out Sunday and Saturday signing autographs. They said, where's the other fella that usually follows you about? I said, I couldn't bring him.
The fella that normally follows you about me, yeah? You doing any work today or nothing?
Look, I'm Banksman, look, I've got no Banksman, look, no Banksman, look. I've got loads of pirates on me, look, pirate, more pirate. Look, another fan wanted to say hello to you. Reckon I didn't know you.
Yeah, of course you do.
I hope you follow me about.
Yeah, that's what it is. I follow you about because I don't really know what's going on out here.
He follows me about. So anything he does, he's only copying what I've done.
Yeah. Mate, that ain't a compliment.
Right, go away and do some work. I've got to do my bank statement. Come out of the way, young fella. Right, speak to you.
All right, see you in a bit. Bye.
Right, look at that. Look. What year is that, Laurie? That's 22 plates. Yeah. 22.
Oh, there's a pad there, isn't it?
Yeah, this one is 1.4. This is 1 by 1.
1.4. 1.4 by 1.4. So we got one pad there, one pad there, one pad there. A meter by a meter by
meter
by 750, and there'll be steel pillars on these posts,
columns,
yeah?
yeah.
And there's still columns on these posts. Do we have to put a plate on the bottom of the steel and then bolt into it?
Yeah.
Are these in there to support anything on this ground floor, or are these in there to support the work in the loft?
It is I think the floor between ground and first floor.
That does make sense. If that goes from here to here, and then we can open out all of this, and it sits at this point as well, doesn't it? Is he suggesting this isn't load bearing?
It might be on a different drawing.
David and I are just looking at the structural plans for the project where we did the boreholes. They finally come through, and we have a meeting with the client on Friday. So we just want to ensure that we fully understand what the engineer's done before we walk into that meeting with the client, because there could be some areas where we feel we could value engineer. There's a lot of work, but there are some large structural walls which are being removed. We're just waiting for the plans for the external area. And in case you're wondering why there's a rip in my clothes, this is how much I like my staff. My staff said there was a smell coming from outside the window, so I crawled in between the fence and the video office, and my jumper got caught on the railing, and I moved and it tore my clothes open. People were coming for a job and the man's dirty with holes in his clothes. It's just like, Anyway, happy to see that we've got these plans here. They're looking good. Gonna meet the client on Friday, try and push the project along. Running a business is a lot like playing a game of cards. Sometimes you have a good hand, sometimes you have a bad hand. Now sometimes you have to bluff, and sometimes you're not bluffing. But when you are documenting your business online, you're continually showing everyone your hand. So I have to be smart and really have a think about what I want to show people. But don't get it twisted, this is a real live business, and we try to create legitimate, original, and authentic content which hopefully educates people and also inspires them. Sometimes I'm going to have to play my cards close to my chest, irrespective of how good my hand is. Wednesday and I'm in the yard. Thankfully, as you can see, the train came in. We're meant to have 2 trains a week moving forward. This week we had 1. Apparently it's going to be made up to us and we're going to have 3 trains next week. Just had a quick chat with David and Vesha. We're preparing for a client meeting in my office on Friday. We keep getting more samples in and we're studying the client's Pinterest to have a look to make sure we have as many different samples but within the design genre that they like. And had a little look at the Ashville TikTok earlier, having a look at the views, and I had a look at a few other people's TikToks, and I realized that a lot of things going on TikTok are people dancing and jumping about. You know me, I like to be honest and I like to level with you. There's no brand deal or no instruction from my management where I'm going to be throwing shapes and dancing around and trying to put music behind it. Anyway, I've got a couple of Zooms to do. Gonna go up to my office, continue with my work. And like I told you last week, I'm also gonna continue with David, putting together our list of our current jobs and all our current work, where we are, what we're doing, and the stage we're at with it. Thursday I'm in the yard, there's a lot going on. We had a fuel delivery about 10 minutes ago, so all the machines are refueling. We're using the training room today, the new digital system we have going in. Sinead is being trained as she is going to be the administrator and she will be able to add other users. I think it's best that now my staff do that. In years gone by, I would have been the person to do it, but I'm leaving the trust in the people who are within the company who are more than capable. And I've just seen an email confirmation that we have 3 trains next week, which is trying to make up for the one on Tuesday that we didn't get. I got it. If you haven't seen it already, click here to watch a video on where we take a skip and I stand inside the skip and I say, I'm the captain now. I should have said something else, shouldn't I?
Yeah, but
Here are some highlights, yeah. Here are some highlights. I'll say here are some highlights.
Highlights, outtakes, bloopers.
Here are some highlights and outtakes that my team. Here are some highlights and outtakes. No doubt my team will stitch me up. Just having a clean up inside. We need to work out how much space we need. I'm gonna be honest, it's bigger than I thought. And it's gonna be quite deep. We can use this gully sucker. You wanna be comfortable when you're doing that. I'm down at highway. I can drive most things on the road. I've nearly got my pilot's license and I forgot the last one. But being a real boat captain, I'm down at a highway. So I got really excited and started telling everyone, pull this out. Look at that, 12 inches. The shaft on the motor seems a bit short for us. A few pumps to prime it. It should get harder.
We can moor it up against the pontoon.
Yeah.
Just kind of see how we get on.
Until you say calm down and I turn the throttle on full blown and we end up in the bush over there or something. Shook. I had a dream that I was in this and I fell out the back. But I was very tired and I was trying to climb back in. Let's crack on, get these holes closed. We've wedged some wood at the front so this all finishes together. But we drilled through and we welded the nuts on the other side. I'm down at Highway Marine. So my captain's license is underway, and that is the RYA. Okay, so I want to create this from a skip we already have. Highway Marine Engineering, yeah? I'm down at Highway Marine Engineering that we can navigate and steer safely. Okay. I need 2 or 3 people to be able to fit in here to wedge this in properly and check it. Just put one at the front and one at the side. I didn't anticipate it was going to be so many of them. We need to put about half of this in. I believe I'm in good hands. It hasn't been used in a while, so Sam's going to help me. Let's do it. I have to take my time at first while I get used to it.
Nice. I cannot believe what I just witnessed.
No, this is waffle, guys. Delete this. All right, tell me.
Yeah, go on.
If you haven't seen it already, click here to watch a video where I take a skip out of the yard and I decide that I am the captain now. Here are a couple of highlights and bloopers from the video.
I was like, so I said there, so hopefully this is the beginning of the end. And she went, yeah, I think so, yeah. I was like, for that. I said, no worries, have a nice weekend.
It's Friday, and I'm in the yard. and we had a surprise inspection from the environmental agency. I didn't even know what was going on. I had a meeting in North London this morning. I came back to the yard. I walked into the yard and Terry was walking around with people that looked official in high vis. I didn't even know who they were. Terry showed them around the yard. Got a thumbs up. Do you know what I need to say here? I give this man a lot of stick. Like joking, he's saying he don't do anything. Wait, where are you going? You got 15 minutes left of work. Terry ain't in for 5 days. He's ducking mans. The list tell, you got to work from the list. I got a list, check it off, new thing. What's the order? What's most important? Put that at the top, check it. You need a list, you got to work from a list, Terry. He's in, but he's skiving. I can't tell you he's gonna do a day's work, but he has come to work. Today will be a good day, irrespective of what you say. Oh, Terry is perfect. This guy. It's my eyes. I wasn't here. Dealt with them, walked them round, showed them everything, got a thumbs up. What a guy. I need 10 more like him. What a guy, man. I need 10 more like him. Gonna rearrange my office for the meeting that's happening in a bit. So, gonna start with the sofa. No, you need to go that way.
Yeah.
Nice. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Come on, David.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, David. I'm doing one hand and I'm moving it.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go. David, see if you can sit there.
Just.
Well, you can sit there, yeah? Cool. I'm just going to make sure that I don't sit there.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah? Move it out a bit more than...
It could have been like 10 centimeters.
Yes, David. We're going to open up the plans. Oh my God, look at this guy who's on all these magazines. Strange. Put the plans in order of site plan, then the different levels within the house. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm starting with the basement first.
Yeah. Jonathan is here, who you've seen in the past. Throughout this meeting, we're going to handle the build and fixtures and fittings. Johnny's going to handle fabrics and soft furnishings. Our starting point is just going to be the layout and floor plans, yeah? I'm going to bring the plans up on this screen as well.
That's all kitchen.
These are all kitchen doors, yeah?
Kitchen doors. These are options for worktops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well done,
I've got
David.
something, because they come in different thicknesses.
Yes.
I've got a thicker version as well.
Okay.
We'll show him.
Don't show him the thicker version. There's no point. We'll decide that later. Yeah? But what we'll probably do, I'll use the thinner version and then we'll do mitre cuts on it and bottom up so they look thicker anyway. Like what I've done here, cheating it. So you got a bit of free information out of me. Great way with worktops to make them look like they're more expensive than they are. Use a thin worktop and then mitre cut them and butt them up against each other. So when you look at the profile at the front, it looks like a thick slab when really it's not. See stuff like that? That's cool, man.
That's one from the box, but different colours.
This is what we've used in the box at QPR. It's meant to look like aggregate.
Little crocs.
We love a bit of croc. Show it, John.
Little crocodiles. I know your bedroom is one.
Yeah. My bedroom is in a mix of the silver and the black. See that? Let me see that. We have a wooden floor. You can possibly find colours with this to tie in. So we have a colour chart here and we can talk about different colours that we could use on the ceiling, because making slight changes on the colour of white that you use on the ceiling makes a massive difference in a room. Even that's cool. Like Johnny, that's...
They brought cool stuff. Not bringing stuff that's not cool.
We could build an entire wall behind the bed in a fabric like this, and then we could tie in. You could have maybe matte finish black door handles in the room that ties in with this, and then a nice wood floor. Cool.
You see a lot of the Pinterest stuff with all that type of thing on all the windows.
Oh wow.
There's little bits, but there was a lot of that. So it lets in light, but you can't see in. You
Okay.
can see out.
Yep.
You know, just the voiles look a nice. So there's a lot of that on the Pinterest as well.
And lots of this material is porcelain, so we can get the tiles.
Oh wow. We can get the tile for the floor as well. That's a big. That's a statement. That is your floor, you know.
This one.
That's a big old statement. Oh, is it too busy? Is that too busy? Is that too busy? Not yet too busy. We could have one feature wall in a room with some polished plaster or a nice finish. Then we could have the rest of the walls in wallpaper. We could have a nice tile or a nice wood floor, and then we can choose a slightly off-white color for the skirting if we have any. And or we could end up going for shadow gaps, but that's a lot of work. Just got 2 more samples to bring upstairs. These are the tiles that we are suggesting for the ground floor. There's a lot of space and large format. Looks very good. If we can use this throughout the ground floor, it gives us great continuity. It makes the space feel bigger. I'm sharing my wealth of knowledge with you and using big words to sound smart. Ask me to spell them, and I can't. I'm gonna share something with you. I bet you didn't know this was possible. What do you know about Ashville M&Ms? Sat down him in the yard. I had a phone call from a friend, business associate of mine, and he has a company, one of those credit alert companies that are chasing him every day, trying to get him to sign up. So they say that they're going to let him know any changes in companies and anyone going into administration, anyone who's a late payer, any problems they have whatsoever. So they keep chasing him. They've got a great sales team there. They're calling him every day and they're sending him examples. So they sent him a free trial. And on that free trial of the companies going into administration, Ashville was number 3 on the list. Now, I don't know if that was because it was alphabetical or because they believed that it is in order of who's going skint first. But, you know, come on, yeah. It couldn't be further from the truth, yeah. Obviously, my videos are having a negative impact because I'm sharing with you information, and maybe because we said we sold a couple of old lorries and somebody knocked us for X amount of money, maybe they think that we're going skint and they're watching the videos and putting it there, but it's just, it's laughable. It's a little bit unfair. And for people who are trying to run businesses, it's a minefield out there, and that isn't helpful. So I didn't check who else was on that list because I couldn't be bothered. I was just like, whatever, mate. But I tried to share my experiences for all of you who are running a business, irrespective of what stage you're at. So beware of companies that say they're providing you with useful information when they just want to take your money and sell you something and provide information that isn't accurate. Because I can tell you that that is not accurate. Yeah, but it did make me chuckle though. After the meeting yesterday, I'm just trying to get some normality back in my office. I got stuff here, sockets and stuff I didn't even get a chance to go through, but it was a good meeting. I've got a lot done, but this stuff needs to now come out of my office and find its way back down into David and Vesha's office. Terry's here to offer a little bit of muscle to move the table, isn't it, Tal?
Law averages says I've got to be useful for something.
It does say that, but you know, whether that will come true or not, it's a different thing, isn't it? All right, I'll put that there as a measure. I will be pulling it. You just need to push it.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Well, I just need headbutted the glass.
Manual handling, eh? Thanks for your help, Tal. It's going well, isn't it? It's going swimmingly. 1, 2, 3.
Start. Are you doing anything? Or are you just miming?
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, it's getting stuck.
That'll do. Just so I can.
You sure?
Yeah, just so I can be comfortable in there. Can you see the A when you step in? Yes, you can. Come in. When we finish loading in the yard, then the boys can send them up to move some stuff.
Like that, a bigger one, and that'll be a bit.
Can you not just get longer bolts for that?
I don't think it will hold it. Terry said you're going on the sunbed. Are you going on the sunbed?
No.
No. It's because you were working on the roof, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's too hot, plus the torch, yeah?
Oh, the torch. Oh, okay.
This is burning, and I just push in the...
We don't have that problem.
Yeah.
We have an air-conditioned office.
We have air-conditioned offices.
Listen, caddy don't have air conditioning at all.
The caddy don't have air conditioning. That's a shame, man.
Especially yesterday when I was driving.
Yeah. Has the caddy got any scratches on it?
Caddy scratches.
Yeah.
It's only that what Michael did. The left back, yeah.
It's only what Michael did. All right, cool. Oh, now that's going to make weekly. Michael's going to watch it and be fuming. Had this railhead now for about 2.5, 3 years. It took me many years to get started with. And before I started, I made myself a P&L of what I thought we would make and what we had to do to break even, what we had to do to make money. And we have had times, you've seen when we've had no trains, when it's going down and it's not doing very well. And then you've seen other times when the yard is full of material and we've had more trains than we know what to do with. It's come to a point now where I'm trying to diversify. We have the rail yard, we have the asset, and as you've seen with other things we do within the business, like we're selling loose material, now we're trying to bag it. We need to try to utilize this railhead that bit more. Only doing aggregates coming into this yard is a bit one-dimensional. We're working on the permits to put inert waste on the trains and take them out of here, but that still leaves us one-dimensional. I've been having a look in the local area and seeing the businesses around here and seeing what value we could possibly add to them. When we run aggregate in here, every single train takes 120 lorries off the road, and it means that we could do business with parts of the country that we wouldn't otherwise be able to do business with, and we can get enough material that we can supply infrastructure projects like HS2, because without trains it would have never been possible to supply enough material. So looking at the local businesses around here, anyone who takes things in via long haul or ships via long haul, I need to have discussions with them to see if they can use our railhead as a facility, because the only thing that is constant with the train is the locomotive. So at the moment we have box wagons, however we could have different wagons which have containers on them. It's limitless what we could do with trains. So I'm trying to think outside of the box. Anyone who wants to start a business, or you're already a business owner, you have to continually re-evaluate what you're doing, see if it's going well. And even if it is going well, you have to try and have the foresight to see beyond that. We might be going well now, but in the future, is there going to be a pinch point? Generally, what you do now is what you spoke about 3 to 6 months ago. So if you're always chasing your tail, you end up with a downward lag. But if you try to think a little bit ahead, if you're slowing down with one, then the other can take over. So I'm going to spend some more time thinking about that today, and possibly go on a few site visits in the local area on Monday. And that's it for Ashville Weekly episode 83. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see a video on how we converted a skip into a boat and tested it in the Sandwich Marina. And click here for last week's episode, which was number 82. Sun's out. Might get my boat, take a cruise on the river.